My name is Daniel Alexander Heriadi. I was born in Surabaya the 22nd of March 1956. My Chinese name is Chiu Hua Liang. Now with my wife, now we live in Nabire, Papua, Indonesia. My wife is Lucy Tanujaya. She is a Canadian but Indonesian born. My education is high school, but since 1990, I moved to Papua, and since 1993, we live in Nabire, start the education for the children, start from the kindergarten with dormitory to high school. So since in the kindergarten till high school, all the students live with the teachers in dormitory. So we prepare education for them since the early childhood, because we want to make a new generation for the Papuan children. Our passion, we want to see in the future how the Papuan children will be a leader in their land, in their country, Indonesia. Because till now, the most important needed for them is education. The natural resources is very rich. All over the world know how the island of Papua very rich. But the people live in very poor condition because all of them lack of education. Because of that, we prepare education for them. So someday, they will be the leaders in their country. After we start school in Papua since 1995, so we know in other parts of Indonesia, many children, they need education too. So start from Papua, we move to another provinces, another island, like in Sumatra, some provinces, we have school there. In Sulawesi, or Celebes, we have school too. And Borneo or Kalimantan, we build school too for the children. Most of our school in the remote area or in the villages, so not in the city. Because our vision is we want all Indonesian children have to educated from early childhood. This is our vision. Why we do education for the children? Because this is the very important and the very needed for the children is education. So if we don't educate them, so the country will collapse. Indonesia is a country villages because 80% of our population, they live in the village. Only 20% they live in the big city in Indonesia. Why? Why we start from Papua? Because Papua is the poorest provinces in Indonesia. The people, not the natural resources. The people is very poor, the poorest population in Indonesia. But the natural resources is very rich. It's very contradiction about it. So we start from Papua. And then after some years we start in Papua. So we saw in another province, another islands. Many children, they need education too. So we start in Sumatra, in Celebes, Sulawesi, or Kalimantan, Borneo. In 10 provinces we have a school like that.
Sumatera di mana, Pak?
Ya. Sumatera, Lampung, South Sumatra, Jambi, Bengkulu, and Mentawai. There's 5. Sulawesi, there's a Central Sulawesi. In Borneo, there's a East Borneo, East Kalimantan, and West Kalimantan. Papua, this is 2 provinces, Papua and West Papua. Our school, we start educated the teachers first. So before we start school in Papua, with my wife, we educated teachers. So we provide education for them. So someday they will be teachers. So most of our teachers is a fresh graduate from the university, and then directly they become the teacher in our school. The students is from the area where we built the school, so not for another provinces, because we want to educate the local people in these provinces.
Terus donor support funding untuk sustain.
Yeah. Funding, the donation is most of them for our friends who know about our mission to build a school. So most of them is from Indonesia itself. In Indonesia, many orphan children. So many of them, when I visited many villages, many cities in Indonesia, and I met them, so I asked them if they want to be a teacher, so we will bring them to the university, we finance them all the expenses, we pay for their expenses. So most of them become our children because they call us Papa and Mama, because most of them, they have no parent anymore. So we treat them as our own children. Hundreds of them. Yeah, not only one tribe or one religion, many religion. For us, if they are a mankind, so we will adopt them, we will proud them to be a good teacher for the schools. Everywhere I visit places, so when I met them, like in the airport, like in the public toilet, sorry about that, like in the parking lot in Indonesia, there's many young people, their job is like that. So park the car, like a cleaner in the toilet, like someone to take a trolley for the baggage in the airport. When I met them, if my heart moved and want to ask something to them, so I'll ask them, if you want to make more good living, I ask them, if you want to go to university or something like that, I'll prepare for you. I'm ready to give finance to you. So many of them went to the university and become teacher. They have a good education. Yeah. Some of them now just bachelor, some of them is master, some of them is the doctorate or PhD. So everywhere we go, we meet many people, young people especially. So I will try to contact and ask them successful stories about some of our children. Yeah. In 1991, in North Sulawesi, I met a young boy. I don't know him at that time. Who is he? But my heart is moved. This boy needs help. So I came to him and asked, who are you and where is your parent? He ashamed, he embraced. He very difficult to say where he lives, who are his parents. But I push him, please bring me to show where you live, and I want to know and meet your parents. He refused. He didn't want me knew about this background. When he said to me like that, so my heart very deep sad. So I believe, I know there's something bad happened to his life. So I grabbed his hand, please bring me to your house. And then he bring me to meet his parents. So only his mother I met. And I told to his mother, till now, ma'am, I will take responsibility to your son. I will pay all his school expenses. At that time, he is in the 8th grade, junior high. Now, he became a doctor. He good doctor in his area, in North Sulawesi. Now he is an orphan because his mother has passed away. Another guy we met, he is after graduate for high school, but he have no future because his mother is very poor. So I asked him, what will you do after you finish high school? He told me, nothing to do, because my mother have no money to bring me to the university. How if I pay your expenses if you want to go to the university? He's shocked because I never knew him and he never met me before. I met him somewhere. So I financed him, graduate from the university. And for the master, I brought him to France. Now he became a PhD for marine science. He is now the only PhD in Indonesia for marine science. His major is about the carbon dioxide in the sea, not in the air. This is what I can tell. In North Kalimantan, there is a tribe. Their name is Lundaya. They live in the mountains till today, July 2013, till today. They have no access road to Indonesia. So if the people want to go to another city in Indonesia, they are walking or by small aeroplane till today. 1995, the first time with my wife, we visit their villages in North Kalimantan. When we came at that time, we saw, wow, there's many young people need education. They live in the remote area, far from communication, electricity, all of them. Just live plain, only depends on the natural resources. From there, from this tribe, I built a school, kindergarten and high school since 1997 till now. Many of them now graduate masters, and one of them, he is a pilot. So we prepare education for them, all the expenses we provide for them. 1981 is the first time I financed the first young people went to the university. So if I counted from that time, 1981, till now, approximately some 300 young people, they graduated as a bachelor. From 300 something, about 44 or 45, they graduate as masters. And 4 of them, they graduate as a PhD. And every year, we finance young people go to the university. We pay all their expenses as a university student. Our vision till the end of our lives, we want to educate young people in Indonesia. We want every young people in Indonesia will be educated from kindergarten to high school. If we can move further, we want all of them can going to the university. I want many people understand. If we live only once, so in our lives now, please help others so they can help others. I like this verse in English. Pay it forward. So everything we do, many people we will bless and they become something. We hope they will pay it forward to another. So everybody can help everyone to become something. I am a motivator speaker in many areas, like in school, university, and the company, and the business area,